coming out of AFS Academy in Richmond, Kentucky.
Yeah.
3 wins and 2 losses. Started out his career with 3 submission wins and came up short with decision losses in his last 2. So trying to get things turned back around here. The 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu brown belt now under Eddie Bravo and Scott Elliott. Scott, really one of the more underrated coaches, I think, in Kentucky. Really one of the more underrated jiu-jitsu players in the state. And one of the things that's surprising that a lot of people don't know about Kentucky is there's a lot of jiu-jitsu that goes on in the Bluegrass State, and a lot of really experienced, really high-level black belts down there.
There are. There's a high level of them all throughout the state. And high-level brown belts and stuff, too. You have a good abundance of them all around.
And, of course, Adam Fritz no longer sporting that trademark mullet. Now going with the faux hawk there.
Yep.
Said it was time for a new haircut, maybe a new win streak as well.
Sometimes superstition works.
And Jeremy Pender, 25 pro fights, 13-12 record, and he has been on a hot streak in his last 4, 3-1 in his last 4. Another guy who's been around for a really long time, another Vision guy. He is really one of the more pure jiu-jitsu fighters out of Vision. A guy who definitely wants to get this fight to the ground.
Yeah.
2 really good ground fighters here, and of course, under the tutelage of Aaron Thomas over there at Vision, he has had a really successful pro career thus far.
Absolutely. And it should be a really good ground game for sure. I can't imagine that they would probably stand. I mean, Adam's taller than him.
Might be feeling a lot of pressure to get things turned around, but yet again facing another really tough opponent in Pender.
Absolutely. Well, and the thing is too is taking the chance on if he wins.
Fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 141 pounds, representing AFS 10th Planet Richmond, from Richmond, Kentucky, Adam Fancy Pounds Fritz. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the B2 Digital Blue corner, weighing in at 141 pounds, representing Vision MMA, from Cincinnati, Ohio, Jeremy Pender.
Main event of the evening, 140-pound catch weight bout. Adam Fritz in the red trunks, Jeremy Pender in the black, and Gary Copeland is your referee for this one. This is a really pivotal bout, I think, for both of these guys. For Pender, it will be a huge feather in the cap to take out a top prospect like Fritz, and for Fritz to get not only back on the winning track, but if he beats a guy like Pender with 25 pro fights and a really well-respected guy.
Yeah, definitely so. Both come out trading kicks.
Left hook there for Fritz lands.
Yeah. And Pender drops him with the right hand.
Fritz tries to recover.
Makes him work back, throwing some kicks.
Pender not necessarily willing to dive into that guard.
Nah, not at all.
Fritz. Looks like Fritz recovered from that shot that dropped him.
Yeah. Well, so far I was totally wrong, and we're having a kickboxing fight.
Now Fritz tries to change levels here, looking for the takedown. Yeah, that's a lot of times. That's the neither guy wants to try to get it to the ground, and they both maybe respect each other's ground game that much.
Yeah, for sure. That and, you know, Pender being the veteran that he is, he knows where he wants to go and what he likes to do. And
I think if Pender wanted to fight on the ground, I mean, he could have dove into the guard of,
oh, yeah, absolutely.
of Fritz there pretty easily.
Yeah.
Nice, good.
And how calm Jeremy is. You know, just, you know, working through.
And Pender also 6 years the elder, and he's 30 years old at this point. In the prime of his career, and Fritz might still be a couple of years away from his best fighting years.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of a close to a low knee there.
Fritz trying to pick that knee up and finish that takedown, but Pender is able to stuff it there. More clinch fighting up against the cage here.
Yeah.
Fritz doing a good job of keeping that good head position. That forehead on the chin, and you see the head of Pender actually turning
Yeah.
up against the cage. He is not going to be able to get any offense from that position.
That's it. All your attacks.
More
Good.
knees there from Fritz.
Shoulder pop. That's it.
Pender turns him around.
And I'm not sure how many times in his career Jeremy Pender has been the shorter guy
Yeah, really.
fighting in this weight class.
No, probably not very often.
That's your head position. There you go.
Jeremy is foot stomping.
Hey!
Oh,
There's a big knee.
yeah.
Very good.
Heard that one.
Oh,
Pender now
Jeremy.
trying to pull guard here.
Make him carry his weight a little bit. He gets laid down, unfortunately.
Good. Posture up, posture.
This is where I think we thought most of this fight would go. And
Yeah.
2 minutes here.
Jeremy rolls for an armbar.
Fritz stuffs it, at least initially.
Yep.
There's a
Oh,
couple big shots there on the ground.
yeah.
There's another one.
The thing, too, is, you know, with all the Vision guys, they're all really durable. So, you know, shots that would put most people away, they just eat it and keep going.
Big shots there from Fritz on top.
Yeah.
And even though it's hard, you know, a lot
Jeremy's
of
got a
times-
huge
Oh, yeah, I
cut.
see that now. Looks like it's on the forehead.
There you go.
Not really in a fight-stopping spot, but it
Nah.
definitely is a big cut there.
Good work, baby.
Got an up kick
Pender trying
going.
to throw an up kick there, and Fritz now back down to his knee. Now Fritz in side control, just under a minute to work here. Fritz maybe trying to get an armbar of his own, but Pender has control of that wrist. Good wrist control there.
Oh,
Fritz now trying to maybe grab a Kimura, but Pender grabbing his own hand, doing a good job here.
yeah, he's got it locked. Fritz
Also, almost in a position maybe for a mounted triangle.
yep. He's trying to. Fritz
Pender-
is trying to pull, and Pender's trying to not let it happen. He's taking some big elbows to the body, though. Oh, some big
Fritz
punches
is behind his head.
Oh,
About 20 seconds, and there
and that
looked like it
Kimura
either,
was quick.
yeah, came out of nowhere.
Set it up with the punches. That was a nice setup.
And that is the Adam Fritz that we expected to see back on the winning track, and that is a big feather in the cap there
Yeah,
of the young 24-year-old. And that's the win. I mean, if you want to get to the UFC, if you want to get to Bellator, those are the types of wins that you need to get under your belt against really, really tough competition.
yeah, absolutely. And he did a really good job of setting that up. I mean, he kept pulling for the Kimura, and Jeremy wasn't letting it go. He had the hands locked. So he went to the body a few times. He went with some elbows to the body, and then he was kind of reverse punching him from behind. And then as soon as Jeremy went to block his face, he had to let go of his arm, and Fritz immediately had it.
Your winner, tap out via Kimura. Your winner,
Adam Fritz now 4-2 on his pro career. Snaps a 2-fight losing streak. 4 minutes and 50 seconds in the first round.
Hey, real quick, just want to know if anyone saw it. He was sitting on Pender's head, reached around, made contact with the face, causing the arms to come apart, and therefore sinking in. 10 seconds left in the round with the unbelievable 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu.
First off, I don't know Jiu-Jitsu. I know 10th Planet, bitches.
You should meet Jiu-Jitsu. It's pretty cool.
10th Planet's alright, you know.
Alright. What you got to say, brother?
First off, big thank you to my coach, Scott Elliott, 10th Planet, black belt. Also, big thank you to my team, AFS Academy, 10th Planet Richmond. I would not be here if it wasn't for them. They deserve all this credit. They're the best team in the entire world. I love them. I can't thank them enough. Also, thank you to my friends and family that came, and all my sponsors. You guys are great. Happy birthday. Thank you, Hardrock. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, give it up for your winner, your main event, Fancy Pants Fritz. Folks, we thank you so much.
That's going to do it here for Hardrock MMA 89.
Follow us on Facebook.
I'm David McKinney.
I'm Scott Wegman.
Have a good night.
Thank